as Bradley, they turn it over at a rate of 14.5 a game, but Illinois, they are 4th in the country, only 11 turnovers per game. As we are underway, Illinois wins the opening tip. Genesis Bryant will get it down low for Bryn Shupil, who had it knocked away on the way up. Still time on the shot clock.
Quickly know here the Braves. That's going to be a lot of their squad tonight.
McKenzie short, and the rebound by Amy O'Hara. Good inside position for O'Hara. Can't get it to go.
Kendall Bostic plays a little bit of a cushion there, but Bryn Shupil there on the help defense and shuts down that offensive
Early
possession.
shot for Brown Hager. Bounces out. Deflected out of bounds. It'll be Illinois. Illinois losing at Ohio State 83-74 to open up Big Ten play 4 days ago. Brown Hager from the same spot. Can't get that one to go either. Bradley coming in off some time off. Last played December the 3rd in beating Chicago State as O'Hara cutting open, lays it in. Brown Hager.
That physicality that's going to be so important.
Bostic has it pop out, no good. And here's Soleil Barnes, who spent the last 5 years at Toledo. Left corner three, and it's good for Ruba Abu-Hashesh. And we'll talk about it more later, but three-point shots are hard to come by for teams that play each of these teams.
And that's a great find there by Barnes to find Abu-Hashesh, who had the open look in the corner. Not a lot of easy shots, as you said, Scott, from perimeter for both of these teams. That was a nice find there by Barnes.
Genesis Bryant somehow got it up off the glass, and it allows Kendall Bostic to grab the rebound and score. Bostic comes into the day 16th in the nation in rebounding.
And it's the wealth of experience that she has to adapt to any situation. She can get a lot of those O boards. That's the experience showing there, and Bostic gets the finish.
Off the screen, Barnes finds her open teammate for the lay-in, Kaylin Nelson.
Playmaking, that's where she needs to be right now, finding her teammates, getting them all involved, because Barnes can be effective at any given time.
Shupil, good recovery by the freshman McDermott defensively. And now it looks like they'll get her for a foul. Bryn Shupil at the free throw line makes the first of two as an assistant on Joe McEwen's staff for several years. Barnes will take the long three. Rebound by Bryant.
I don't mind the shot there from Barnes, but as long as you can let your team get back quickly here, because that man-to-man requires the top of your physical stamina.
Bryant keeping the pivot foot and then kissing it home.
Seems, again, the experience showing through, but nice work. And
does a good job there trying to fight through the screen. Draws the illegal.
Too far, tripped up Genesis Bryant. You don't want anybody in foul trouble, but certainly not McDermott, a bright freshman that Coach Popovic definitely wants involved here.
Bostic will hand it off to McKenzie. McKenzie to the cup, and it spins around and in.
That's the aggressive response that the Illini need right now. The Braves have met the physicality.
Free ball for Nelson. Swish. Kaylin Nelson, just her 7th three-pointer made this year. Bradley as a team shooting 24% from distance this year.
That is not an easy shot there from Kaylin Nelson, but you want a little bit of that courage if you're going to pull an upset. You want somebody to be willing to take those tough shots, and Kaylin Nelson proves she is not scared to do so.
Hey, how about the answer from Genesis Bryant? For her first trifecta today, she knocked down 4 three-pointers in her 8 attempts. Tamia Perryman has come on, a Division II transfer out of Marian University. McDougal, nice spin and the soft finish. So look at Shauna Green in her 3rd year as Illinois' head coach. And 48 wins already in 2+ seasons at the helm of the Fighting Illini. Bryant, quick trigger three, pops out. Loose ball to the floor goes McKenzie. Bradley pulls it away. Barnes has it.
They recover for it there, but Genesis Bryant got the look she would have wanted quickly off the dead ball. You don't want to give those in-between moments away, but they recovered nicely and prevented the rebound from turning into anything.
Barnes has not scored yet, averaging a team-high 14 a game. McDougal, 5 on the shot clock, trying to get away from Wallace. Fires it down low and finds O'Hara That's a good job.
The screen, and she put off Barry Wallace, who's still finding her game feet, but easy finish there for O'Hara.
Brown Hager with the tough take, and the putback for Kendall Bostic. Late shot clock situation again, and this time Bryant will come up with the steal. 2-on-1 with McKenzie, lays it off for her, who got blocked, but guess who? Kendall Bostic gets the loose change and cashes in. Bostic leading the Fighting Illini at 16 points a game. Free throw bounces in. Another double-double, the 39th of her career in that game against the Buckeyes. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. 3-ball McDougal. That's good. And Bradley back in front. And for Illinois, no Makira Cook, no Gretchen Dolan available today. Brown Hager got the start as McKenzie
forced to speed up their pace of play, speed up the engine. This is where the mistakes start to slip in. That's why the Illini are not comfortable, but those mistakes can kill you if you're Bradley.
There's Bradley's fourth turnover, and McKenzie turns it into points. And to be fair, that was actually only Illinois' third turnover a moment ago. We know what Makira Cook has done and can do. Step back three. That'll be a shot clock violation.
Find the pass on the inside. I think they've kind of expected that a couple of times now, and instead they've been forced to stay on the perimeter and really don't get a shot.
And Alec, we referenced that 60-point mark being a key for both of these teams defensively. Both teams 5-0 when they hold the opponent below 60. Right now, you're on pace for just below 60 for both of these teams. Bostic wide open, and it's good. Kendall Bostic with 9 in the first quarter.
McKenzie walking away a little gingerly, took some contact to her face. It is physical in the paint, and that's why having that range shot from Kendall Bostic is so huge.
Final shot of the first quarter. It's a three. That's no good by Nelson. Offensive rebound, and the time will expire in the first quarter.
To have a figure like McEwen to learn from, I mean, that's just got to lead to so much wisdom, so much information that you can bring from that, not just for tactics, but also in how you handle your players and build those relationships with your team.
And Bradley's next game, Sunday at Northwestern. And the lefty hook bounces in. And Amy O'Hara with 6 points. She leads the way now for the Braves, while Bostic has 9 for the Illini.
And O'Hara's impact has transcended those points so far. She's been so physical. But look at Bostic with another jumper. Worth noting, by the way, as Bostic took that second jumper of her day, that she immediately almost apologized to Coach Green. It's not a shot that she makes very often, but it's been a weapon so far. It's the difference.
Wallace intercepting that pass. And Bradley, the turnovers are starting to pile up. That is 6 now for the Braves. And 2 more points off of turnovers, and 2 more for Kendall Bostic. Already up to 13. She's 2 away from already reaching 15 or more for the 6th time this year.
If you've got the hot hand, you don't want to let it cool off. Ride that hot hand from Kendall Bostic. She's been working on that shot the last couple of years with the Illini, and it is paying dividends right now.
Soleil Barnes gets free to the cup for her first bucket. I want to be a leader on this team. She's one of the captains. She's the leading scorer, as well as leading the team in assists and three-point percentage.
Nice move there by Adalia McKenzie.
Matching the largest lead that they've had. Barnes is called for the walk.
Give up too many of those possessions in your favor.
I mean, Bradley is 9 of 15 from the field. That's 60%, and they're 3 of 6 from 3, but they're losing by 5 because Illinois has 11 points off of 7 turnovers, and now they have 13. Brown Hager making her first career start, not only here at Illinois, but played every game that she played at Mississippi State off the bench.
She believes in her 3 years, she's called it the best preseason her squad has had since she's been at Bradley. She's really excited to see the development, and it hasn't translated to wins yet, but you can tell that Coach Popovic is confident that rebuild is starting to see some fruition.
A foul a moment ago on Brown Hager. 5-2 start this year for Bradley. And a 3-ball for Soleil Barnes, pulling the Braves back within 4.
I think it forces or allows the Illini to get up the floor quickly.
4-0 in this game. Illinois had 10 fast break points against the Buckeyes. We're -4 in that category, though, as it rattles in from 3 for Carly Vick. So All that talk about three-point defense. Hashesh got knocked down. Coach Popovic-Goss thought that was an illegal screen. Nelson will step back for three. Way too strong.
Just the frantic pace at which this game is being played. And Scott, we still have a media timeout here? What a first half it's been.
Still have to have our second quarter timeout as we've been rolling along for a while here. The Illini up by 5.
You know those three substitutes are itching to get into this game while it's still tense and close as it is right now.
Bostic double cutting McKenzie. Nice look by Bostic and good movement away from the ball by McKenzie.
Well, that on-ball pressure has been what the Braves have hung their hat on.
2 seconds left for Barnes, and they're not going to get a shot off.
That's just so disappointing if you're the Braves.
It's for the Braves within 7 as the second half gets underway.
Well, if you want that upset, you need a little bit of courage, and that's what's produced such prolific shot making, at least relatively considering the three-point defense of the Illini. But it is cutting out those mistakes. They have been killer, and if they make more of those, that's where this game really gets out of reach.
Bostic's pass intended for Shupil gets knocked away. And that's a turnover for Illinois. They're 5th. They only had 1 in the second quarter.
Yeah, and on the other hand, that's why Coach Green was so discontent with that first half, because of the mistakes that her team was making. And moreover, they were being allowed to be not necessarily bossed around, but they were not in full control of the pace of play, and that was really limiting their opportunities.
Hashesh swallowed up by Bryant. Throws one up off the side of the backboard. And Kendall Bostic will get credit for her 7th rebound after 13 points in the first half.
Shots here at the charity stripe.
You're right, Adalia McKenzie. It was her 72nd start over the last 2+ seasons in the Illinois lineup. 5 seniors back this year for Illinois, combined for over 393 career starts at Illinois. One of those players not in the lineup today, Makira Cook, as the long shot made by Ellie McDermott.
Of having a big man being able to shoot as well, that really stretches out the Illini defensively.
Bryant for 3, front rimmed it, went off the top of the backboard, and the rebound secured by McDermott. The team's leading rebounder entering today at 6.3 a game. He's the all-time leading scorer, rebounder, and shot blocker at Bayport High School in Wisconsin. Also played volleyball for 4 years. McDermott, same spot and same results. Shot clock reset to 20.
It's been in her arsenal this season. Obviously, haven't seen that much of it yet, but that's why Coach Popovic wants to play her freshman. And the freshman that she's got, so brave, so willing to make an impact. You see McDermott there again.
With the block shot, the takeaway. Into the lane goes Nelson, who floats it in, and Bradley with a great start to the third quarter on an 8-2 burst.
At least stall this Bradley engine that is firing on all cylinders in the second half so far.
The third foul on Nelson, and the catch and shoot off the inbounds pass by Genesis Bryant. Her first bucket of the second half. 9 points now, 4 of 10 from the field. Bradley, nobody in double figures yet, but Ellie McDermott in this second half, this third quarter, already has 8.
Just great work, almost a back shoulder throw there from McDougal, but she gets McDermott there.
McKenzie able to shed Hashesh.
I can see why they passed up the foul call. I can also see why Coach Popovic feels hard done by.
She's got 11, 3 of 3 from the line. The senior from Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. 3 total fouls in this game. 3. Wow.
They've let them play a little bit. It's been a physical battle, and
Barnes will draw another foul on Brown Hager.
That is something you cannot do if you're Jasmine Brown Hager. Find yourself. Make sure they stay in this game physically as well.
Bradley, a 76% free throw shooting team.
That contact from Abu Hashesh was compared to the first half, but she gets whistled for it.
Going to work. Good little rip-through move. Couldn't finish. But the offensive rebound put back by Barry Wallace. Soleil Barnes for 3 from way downtown. 10 points now for the senior transfer.
You know, the thought that was creeping into my mind, Scott, we harped on it so much in the first half. The Braves were doing well to be brave and courageous on those shots. Soleil Barnes brings it back and ties the game.
Our first tie today. Bradley's made 8 3-pointers as Adalia McKenzie puts Illinois back in front.
Having the confidence that your team can keep up or keep the Illini at bay.
Shot clock winding down. McKenzie to the floor. Kept it away from Nelson. And that's a shot clock violation. Illinois by 2 with the basketball. Bryant looking to go down low to Bostic. Gets it to McKenzie from 15 feet. Adalia McKenzie now at 16. Down low against Bostic, but they can't get the ball to her. Now Abu Hashesh. Nice feed to O'Hara. Stumbles a bit, but kept her footing and kisses it home. McKenzie dribbles it off of a foot. Bryant able to go back and get it. Bostic for 3. Yes!
Well, that is an X factor.
McKenzie and Bostic are a combined 13 for 23 in this game. The rest of Illinois 7 for 20. There's a long 2 missed by Tamia Perryman.
Now, in this last minute or so, you love the intensity and the courage from Bradley, but right now, your offensive trips to the floor need to be smart. You need to set up smart shots, high percentage shots if you can, and obviously getting stops on the other end here.
Illinois only going 8 deep on their roster today as Bostic now with 18 points.
Great poise from Bostic there. O'Hara in the air, but Bostic did not care, and then that's a critical mistake there if you're the Braves.
Meanwhile, Bradley, a couple of freshmen that we're going to see a decent amount of time. Caitlin Washington played the first 5 games of the year, out for the rest of the year. And Anita Jones, talented freshman from Omaha.
Who can help elevate and maintain the level this game is at?
Adalia McKenzie. Bradley led by Barnes with 10. And now Illinois has its largest lead at 9 after Bradley was having a great run early in this third quarter.
Now, if you're Bradley, you cannot leave that much time on the shot clock unless you're absolutely sure.
Barnes with 5 to shoot. Gives it up. Vick for 3. Needed that. Almost get a kind bounce. 2 seconds left. McKenzie from a half court trying to bank it in. Comes up short. And that'll wrap up the third quarter.
Can make it. Maybe such a brand new look to the sport right now, but that doesn't mean college basketball isn't any less fun. My goodness.
Bostic goes to work to begin this fourth quarter. 3 in the key.
Stars in the Big Ten. Yes, there's no Juju, but when you look down that schedule for the Illini, I mean, just so many names that pop up in your mind, not to mention all the diamonds in the rough.
We didn't have it on that graphic, but of course UCLA, the number 1 team of the country. Both of these teams 5-0 when they hold the opponent to less than 60 points. Not looking good right now for Bradley to do that, to hold Illinois to less than 60, because now they got 55. Barnes looking. That 5-second call that Bradley got may have been the turning point in that third quarter. It's coming out of a timeout. We're within 3 when that 5-second call happened. And McDougal, 71% on the year. Sophomore from Washington, Illinois, over the course of the season.
That's 2 big shots right there. Minding the details there, the free throw shooting, it's been solid by the Illini and big there from McDougal. Keeping the single digits in these first couple minutes of the fourth quarter will help inspire the Braves to take it all the way down to the wire.
Yeah, 9 was the largest lead. It was that lead heading into the fourth quarter. McKenzie turning the corner and gets the soft roll, and Adalia McKenzie has a season high. Soleil Barnes finding the trailer. McDougal, 3. Rebound, Genesis Bryant taking over for the legendary Janet Rayfield. Looking forward to the fall. Bryant gets the pass from Bostic, who gets tied up. They're now 48 wins.
Just an astounding
2+. Bryant will finger roll it home, and Illinois for the first time today has a double-figure lead. Big Ten with 8 of 18 teams currently in the AP Top 25. Then Illinois getting votes after just falling out. Intercepted by Bryant. She'll slow things down. Didn't have any numbers.
That's exactly what you want to do if you're Genesis Bryant. Not just to get your teammates up the floor, but to also slow down the clock. At this point, it's the most comfortable lead you've had all day. You want to preserve it.
That's her third steal in the 8th today for Illinois. And now Kendall Bostic gets into the 20-point area with exactly 20, the third time she's reached that mark this season.
Some smiles on the faces of the Illini, finally loosening up just a little bit. That's a sign that they're starting to wrest some control away at last from the Bradley Braves.
Led by 3 after 1. Led by 7 at halftime. Bradley came back to tie it. The only time it's been tied in the third quarter, but Illinois with that 7-0 run to end the third, and now 6-4 to begin the fourth, and Adalia McKenzie will earn herself 2 more free throws. Her season high at 22. 82% free throw shooter.
Just zoom out a little bit, looking at this Illinois program and those few constants that have held over since pre-Shauna Green. Adalia McKenzie.
Illinois, no Makaira Cook today. Gretchen Dolan out of the lineup for the third straight game, and that'll be an offensive foul on Soleil Barnes. It'll be 6-0 this season. Illinois, again, they had 3 turnovers in the first quarter, but only 5 since. So 3 below what they average, which was already 4th best in the nation as Bryant gets her shot cleared out, stays with it in amongst the trees, and Genesis Bryant now with 13.
There's the poise from Genesis Bryant, and we talked about her get-back game on Sunday, getting her head right, getting everything to feel familiar again for Genesis Bryant. I think these last couple of games help her make plays like that.
64-48, now 64-50. Soleil Barnes with 12.
I also want to make sure that in this next game against Northwestern and then their conference slate, although still a couple games away, still very much going to be on their minds, increasingly so. And so they want to take the positives. Don't get complacent, but take the positives and build from it.
2 seconds to shoot, and Genesis Bryant. 13-6, Illinois outscoring Bradley in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 3. Nelson finds some space. Step back, rainbow 3. And Kendall Bostic, I believe that's her 9th rebound now. So one more to get for the double-double.
Late double-double watch here.
She's had 39 in her career. She's the 4th most double-doubles in Illinois program history.
Coach Popovic, nice finish there by Bostic.
22 for Bostic now.
Just well done.
Off the screen, Perryman finds the cunning Carly Vick, who lays it in. Vick with 5 points. That's a new season high for her. Played a couple of years at Florida Atlantic before transferring to Bradley. Final half minute of the game. Haven Smith, true freshman from Frankfort, Illinois, getting swallowed up and losing the ball. Players to the floor in the final moments here. Shot clock never reset, nor should it. 3-pointer missed by Noya Katoida. And the rebound put back, though.
How about that for a high note? Just as I was going to say, the physical wrestling match there, cheering on there for the Braves, I should say, the wrestling early, but then Noya Katoida giving the Illini one last high note here.
15 second chance points Illinois will end up with, and an 18-point victory, 70-52, as they dominate the end of this game, the final couple of minutes of the third quarter, and then into this fourth.